Good evening and welcome to Garblag Games. Tonight we have episode 6 of Feudal Stars. We're back after a couple of weeks of me and my family being horribly ill. But nothing serious. So just sleep deprivation and general knackeredness. Okay, tonight we have episode 6 and I'm Pete and I'm the referee.
Hello, I'm Ben, and I'm playing Kona Carl, the transhuman hacker extraordinaire and possible surgical assistant, maybe this episode. Who knows?
Hi, my name's Millie. My character is Ka Haran. She's a free clone, and I don't know, civil rights activist.
Hi, I'm Leon, and I play Frankie Chatham. I'm the crazy calm pilot who makes sure the ship doesn't crash.
I'm Simon. I'm playing the Dread Pirate Roberts, and I'm not saying anything more.
Hello, I'm Jim. I'm playing Arjun Deschambeau, otherwise known as Dr. Rooster, who is a medic and is rumoured by nobody to have psionic powers.
Excellent, great. So we have the pirate and Dr. Rooster on the same episode. So this should be very interesting. Okay, right. Before we get into a little recap, because it has been a couple of weeks, and we have, again, a different crew. Remember, this is our mega meta traveler game with too many players and world building and faction influence from our wonderful patrons who have been doing some awesome stuff in the background, which we will touch on tonight. But before we do, please don't forget to go check out all our social media. The links are in the about if you're watching on Twitch below, and if you're watching on YouTube, they're in the video description. If you are watching on YouTube, come and check out Twitch. And if you're on Twitch, don't forget to watch us back at the weekend on YouTube. Also, come and check out our Discord. We've got an awesome community growing there, over 400 people now, all talking about role-playing, movies, all kinds of other stuff, and get to talk about all of our shows and contribute to world-building efforts and all kinds of other things. Also, please check out our Patreon. There are some awesome people who help us to pay for all of this stuff that you're seeing on the screen and thereabouts. And our patrons get some awesome rewards, like being able to join in our faction turns and world building, getting GM materials from the 4 Garblags, Ben, Matt, Millie, and myself, as yet unreleased podcast, which we'll be doing a little bit later than planned because of my illness, and gaming with a Garblag at the top tier, where you can play a game with one of the Garblags. And we had our first session of that. Matt ran Forbidden Lands for some of our patrons, and they had a spiffy, jolly time. Excellent. Okay, so what's been going on in the Tothan system? So there was a terrorist attack on High Nexus, the starport, where the ship had been docked, your lab ship. You're waiting for your new ship to arrive, and it was heading back. While it was heading back, a crack team of well-armed commandos went out to a listing, floating, drifting vessel on the edge of the system at the behest of the Sudenicans. Check it out. And there was some assault shotguns and boarding shields a bit later, and some people were taken out. And they were seen to be rebels from the nearby system of Gurzil, which the Tothan genetic authorities seem to be very bothered about. The Gurzil rebels are trying to assert their freedom, and it seems that some of them somehow took control of a well-armed and well-stocked Sudenican exploration vessel, which seems a bit odd to some people, and there's a few whispers on the internet.
Didn't look after it very well, though, did they?
No, they didn't look after it very well. It was pretty knackered, and it arrived in system unable to move. And yes, it was a curious shenanigans as an anomaly.
To steer spaceships.
That's true. That's true. Well, if you wedge the axe in and then turn it to the left, surely will you
It's
go
right
to the right
there,
or the left?
Page 1 of the instructions. Do not operate this ship with an axe.
How about
That-
tranquilizers?
So the other half of the crew had gone and done some special dodgy dealings on Cheriton 3, another orbital facility, a very small one, set up for private meetings between private business people who are doing private, completely legal activities. And there they had taken on a job to transfer a box to the Gletty system, which is quite a way away, several parsecs.
It was important for the ship to get a proper shakedown, and we got a very good deal on the trade. So
Yes, you'd been
was-
scouting for some
yeah.
gear. I think the Dread Pirate Roberts wanted some cybernetics, and there were some weapons and some tools and things. That the crew had got a big list together and given it to Kona Carl. And Kona Carl did some dodgy deals and got a discount and a quarter of a mega credit payment for taking this box, this seemingly innocent box.
It's an
Totally.
innocent box.
Gletty
There's
system.
nothing going on with the box at all.
Totally innocent.
Seems there is some subjugation of people on Tothan, and the V'in clone line was suddenly disappeared from the station, and we haven't seen them since the explosion.
Except
And you
the
have
Dav in, who was on the
Cheriton 3.
Cheriton 3 station.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep.
And appeared to not be a cleaner
No,
in the
definitely
classical
not.
sense.
Evil Gilmore says the box is innocent, the contents maybe not so. And the
Good.
box had gone back to Karen.
Mhm.
Is it a
And-
coffin-sized box?
Bit bigger.
Did we did
Bit
we
bigger.
find
Bigger.
out what was in the box?
No.
There
not
were
yet.
2 cryogenic pods
Oh,
that had genetic material within them.
I
See,
got you.
bit bigger
and,
than her coffin because it's got 2 in it.
and then there was Karen's box as well, wasn't there?
She had boxes of research materials. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right, Jim.
More
Thank you.
research, yeah.
And those 2 boxes together will cause. You just need a third box. No, sorry, it's not justice.
Yeah, yeah, of course, I get it.
The father box.
and
Traveller, the Snyder Cut. It has 24 players in it.
oh god, I quite like the Snyder Cut. Anyway, and Frankie had been on the station with Plim and rescued some completely harmless scourge bats.
Totally innocent. They hadn't done anything wrong either.
They haven't done it. They're not a collective communal intelligence that is secretly plotting to take over the universe. No, they had been hiding away on a Eurodan vessel.
Yeah, they
Genius
wouldn't let me
collector.
operate on them. I seem to remember.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. You
No,
were
no.
you were curious about them though, weren't you?
Yeah,
Booster.
yeah, absolutely.
They wouldn't let me use them as a surprise booby trap to get us out of trouble either.
It's almost like
Yeah.
the vet actually cares about animals, eh?
Yeah, yeah. So no hurting the bats while Nye isn't here.
I had no intention of hurting the bats. I just wanted to throw them at people.
They're currently in cold storage, so they are in one
Someone
of the...
said they had a gas grenade.
All of Tothan is dairy intolerant, so if you've got some cheese, we could have a biogas grenade.
Tofu cheese.
Tofu. Yeah.
So it's been a couple of days. The rest of the crew have returned from their excursion on the Sedenican exploration vessel, which is why Dread Pirate Roberts is back. Karen has had time and help from some people, although maybe not have shared all of the details, but useful help for filing things, checking things, scanning things, putting things together, all that kind of stuff. You are in a lab ship after all, so there is resources there to do that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you have reinstated your research. So you have what you had before. You were
All of it.
well, no, enough to prove what you
okay.
think you can prove.
Yeah.
And you have in this box you have the genetic material of the Karen and the Vitin line. The two pods that you have are effectively allow you to brew up a whole another batch of these clones to start those lines again somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
told you it was Adam and Eve.
Do you need big like clone generating things
Probably,
like vats and stuff?
probably.
Yeah,
Not.
probably.
I don't think you've got the gear on your ship to start running off clones.
Yeah.
Put it
You
that
know,
way.
I'm just wondering how open we are to adding some of the bat DNA,
No.
DNA even,
No. Right?
into.
Do you
It
think
could
that?
be a
Do you
nice
think they
bit.
get wings, or do you think they just have pointy ears?
No.
Pothen
Or
2, the new
they must,
batch.
yeah, they might be able to see by sonar.
No. 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 But if you want,
Who are you? I'm your worst nightmare. I'm Batfin.
Bat red, yeah. Bat
Would they
carrot.
have?
but if you
Would they
want,
have wings of steel?
if you want, Dr. Rooster, I will help add the bat DNA to your own DNA if you want. Anything to distract him.
Well, it's possible, but I can't really see anybody wanting another Dr. Rooster. Yeah,
no, just-
one of me is enough for the universe.
Just augment you with Scourge DNA. If you want to play around with Scourge DNA, I will help you augment yourself with Scourge DNA. Obviously, it'll take a few years to fully sequence the genome enough to understand what won't immediately kill you.
Oh, we can sequence a genome in under a day using the computers we've got now. We could be ready by the
I
weekend.
think there was a hefty wink there.
Yeah.
We could absolutely have bat DNA inserted into Dr. Rooster by Monday morning.
I don't think the ship has any computers. I didn't see any. I didn't see any listed.
So are we supposed to take this spaceship back, or?
So your
we-
lab ship is still currently docked with the station. So you are effectively just leaving it there, and your new ship is holding position just slightly away from the station because the station is under lockdown because of the terrorist attack. Several people died, different delegates from different factions. There's been a lockdown, and the Sudanican vessel, the Pride of Sigyn, has not been allowed to redock with the station at all. But you have been allowed to start to transfer your materials across to your new vessel because you still have this ship and this deal with the Celestial Investments and the TGA to they don't to pay the mortgage on this ship. So this is all going on. A couple of things have happened. The Sudanicans have moved slightly further away to what Captain Anson has informed you is optimal firing range.
Oh no.
The Vanguard, the ORSS Vanguard, which is captained by Captain Atticus Hark, has taken back on board all the Ogan delegates and in a rather broad spectrum announcement has said to all members of the Tothan Genetic Authority and our new friends in the Minervan Sacred Realm, the Ucarite Combine, and the Duchy of Sudenica. Unfortunately, due to the deterioration of the diplomatic session on board High Nexus, the terrorist attack, and other factors, we will have to be leaving the system very soon, and we will be undocking and moving out towards a jump point forthwith. Almost coincidentally, sort of like 4 minutes later, the Tahinga, the Minervan Sacred Realm vessel, has also said, this is Captain Jacobs of the Minervan Sacred Realm. Blessed be all of you who travel through the Sacred Realm. We hope that the souls of those who have departed find their way to the beyond, into the stars. And we are, unfortunately, due to the deterioration of the diplomatic session on High Nexus, the terrorist attack, and other factors, we will have to undock and start our process of heading out of system. We will be joining the Vanguard in her trip onward through the realm towards the Ogan Republic. We wish all of you a blessed journey through the realm in whichever way you choose, whichever star you set your sights on.
Did they send out
Safe.
like a pro forma letter with some Mad Libs?
It feels a little bit like that.
Pro forma letter, insert cultural comment here.
Ogan, are they the vegans?
They're the Federation.
Right.
Yeah,
So yes.
yeah.
just try to piece.
And that's kind of a fairly recent thing. That's in the last few hours. They have undocked, and it's going to take them a few days to fly out to the edge of the system to a jump point. But they
Notice
seem
you
to
said
be.
nothing about the Ukarites.
The Ukarites are still there.
They're staying put while there's still cash to be squeezed out of these guys.
And you, Frankie, have actually seen from because you're kind of monitoring things a bit from the bridge, that there's been some tight beam communications or possibly internal communications routing from the Ukarite ship to the Ingenious Collector, which is the Eurodan vessel.
Oh, the Eurodan. The guys at the fancy dinner were going to go and meet him before everything was blown up, weren't they?
Yep.
Also, the Dyson Sphere guys with super high technology levels from all the stuff that they've scavenged off the Dyson Sphere.
Yeah.
The rest of your
we were going to
team,
meet them.
the rest of your team are prepping the Void Oasis,
Whoop.
which is your ship, the Explorer class vessel. All your gear and equipment is being set up. Bart Wolfberg is picking out the best room. The Marquis is carrying all the heavy things and getting some reps in at the same time, and a few Bloody Marys. He's still a bit annoyed that the ship isn't called the Bloody Mary, but that was a crazy idea he had one night. And the captain is overseeing the fitting out, the departure of Totham people, all that kind of stuff. Dorian is checking the computer systems for anything funny left over, anything like that. So the rest of your crew, Octavius is on that ship recuperating, ready for travel. So the rest of them are on the new ship, and you guys are still on the old ship, kind of getting the last few bits, all that kind of stuff, and prepping yourselves. When you hear Eureka! From that. So you're gathered for a meal. One of the last meals you'll have on board this old ship, the five of you, with the kind of MRE ration pack type things that are left over. All the Marquis and Bark have taken all the nice food. And you guys have got
noodles
those.
and Pringles.
Basically. Other noodle-based snacks and strange-shaped crisps are available. So the five of you are gathered round a table.
All of my pirate clothing has been put into storage and shipped. I can't believe they did this to me, and all I've been left with is a lion suit. So that's what I'm wearing.
Suit. So you're dressed as a lion.
I'm dressed as a lion.
Like a fancy dress costume.
Yeah.
I'm imagining the cowardly lion from
think
the
the only
Not
other
that
thing-
you're
definitely.
cowardly, but that sort of costume.
The only other thing in there
Is
is
it-
the
is it a
the
big
horse.
Is it a big fake head, or have you got a cool thing and you've done makeup?
I've got a cool thing. I've
Okay,
definitely got
so
a cool thing.
So it is like the cowardly lion.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Dread Pirate Roberts in his Friday clothes comes walking in for dinner.
Does everybody sit there and go, huh? Or is this like a...
Have you done this before? Are
Yeah.
you always pirate garbed?
I mean,
or
to
do you
be fair,
occasionally
is
dress up as-
anybody surprised?
I think occasionally I bring out the horse and put the top half on the seat next to me to see if anyone joins
Aw.
in. No one ever
Aw.
does.
Oh, bless.
I've
Yeah.
worked with him before, so I know he does this sort of stuff.
All right.
Maybe if you got a centipede one, a few of us could join.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're that kind of doctor.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, the microwave
you know.
pings.
I will carefully separate all my food into its individual types of food so that nothing is mixed on the plate. That's my job for 2 or 3 minutes. Because that's just weird that you all mix it up.
I'm with you. You're quite right.
Yeah.
Who the hell mixes their food?
Yes, it is. It's not a lion fancy dress. It's Aslan fancy dress.
I'm going to snatch the plate first and take my food off it because I'm the lion.
Okay.
Right. This lockdown on High Nexus, is
Yep.
it like completely leave your ship and we'll shoot you lockdown?
You can request movement on the station.
All right. And in terms of like the docks, have we got our
Yep.
own sort of like we leave our ship and we walk down our own corridor?
Yeah. There's like you leave your ship, your docking area. You walk down a corridor into a communal space where all these corridors join together.
Okay.
It's not like Deep Space Nine where you step out onto the promenade immediately.
Right.
You know, there's
It's like an
further-
airport.
Yeah, it's
than
like an
Deep
airport
Space
with those
Nine.
kind of runway type things. Yeah,
Okay.
walkway things.
I previously asked Octavius van der Graaf, our local freelance diplomat, if I could make some, emails on his behalf, space emails.
Yeah,
Yes.
between governments at the minute, as I recall.
Yes.
Yeah, just between governments. And as he's convalescing, I have suggested he might perhaps be interested in knowing the individual nations' take on political asylum.
Well, the Ogan Republic come back with a whole data packet on how to seek asylum within their borders. They seem the most set up for that kind of thing. They're, from what little you know of the 4 groups, you know that the Ukarite Combine send back a
Price
purchase your new identity docket.
Yeah.
The Minervan Sacred Realm, it's a bit unprepared, a bit ad-libbed, kind of come to Micklin, come to the diplomatic office there, we'll talk, we'll see who you are, it's a little bit non-committal.
Mhm.
And the Sudenicans don't respond.
Okay.
See, you should have finished it by shouting for the Duke.
I would like general information on political asylum for the freelance diplomat for the Duke. Then they would send. No, I'm not going to do that. All right, cool. No reasons.
Yeah.
Nothing planning there.
That's cool.
And non-anomalies immediately like for the Duke.
For the Duke.
And then I'd also like, is there? I would like to send something from one place into High Nexus, but maybe not have it like I want to ship it. Where you do it around 3 or 4 different locations, so it's quite hard to work
You
out.
might need someone's help for that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Kona.
Oh, Octavius, when he's convalescing he's got back to Void Oasis. You haven't seen him, but he's got back there. He sends you an email.
Yeah.
You've been sending all these emails out. He's checking his emails. He's forwarding the responses back to you, and all that kind of stuff. And he sends you an email saying, "Were you at the party?"
No. So the reply will be very obviously no. I can't go on the station. Why? How much had you drank? Are you still on painkillers? Kind of thing.
That you get a very brief. No, never mind. Maybe I'm misremembering, or the blast scattered my brain.
I will.
I was too busy flicking fruit at those Ogans. So anyway, that was lots of fun. I'll see you when you come over to the Void Oasis.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much for forwarding the emails. Very polite.
Hey, Pat's in chat. Hey, Pat. How you
Hey,
doing?
Pat.
Pat's done the awesome artwork for the characters on the show. Thank you, Pat.
Kona, if I wanted to get something to somebody on High Nexus, but not necessarily have it traced easily back to this ship or us in general, could you facilitate that?
You know, that's literally my job.
Is it?
Yes.
Right.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask you about something that is literally your job as well. I came by this sample. Probably best not to ask where.
Right.
Little cryo container with the blood and cell samples inside it. I wonder if you might be interested in maybe taking a look at that, see if there's any Tothan markers in there.
Yes. All right. Tothan markers are something of a speciality of mine.
Yeah, I thought there might be somehow.
I will. I've got a thing I need to send. There is. I don't know how much you know about the kind of political structure of Tothan. We are a little unique. I have something I'd quite like to send to what is probably relatively known as the mayor of High Nexus.
Right, well, what I've seen so far I don't like. So if it's a complimentary gift basket...
I promise you the mayor will not like this gift.
Then I am 200% down to make a special delivery. Do you want it on his desk?
That would be beautiful.
If we're worried how dangerous it is, I could. There is another way that you could send it, like really secret.
What's that?
Is it putting it in the torpedo launcher?
Oh, that's a really good shout, but no. Basically, you spend 5 minutes with myself and my concoctions, and then you won't remember what you sent anyway. So if you ever get questioned, you can, you'd not have a clue. Mind you, you might not know what to send by then. So, probably sending him down and doing his...
Could you maybe aerosolize that?
Pardon?
The concoction that you're talking about using, could you aerosolize it? As in put
Like
it in
a
a little
trank
spray
grenade.
canister.
Got
So
one of
that
them.
were I to have to walk past someone and not want them to remember anything, a quick in the face, and
We could
they'd have a
do, or
happy
I could just give
snooze.
you a couple of syringes.
Injecting someone always looks more suspicious than giving them a face full of gas, though.
I like the way Brewster's always ready with a couple of syringes. It's like these ones here. It's like,
The big
them
ones
down.
with the circular finger grips on.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just to sterilize them each time.
As we're eating dinner, I like to think Rooster's got condiments in them,
Yeah.
some of them.
Ketchup
I
or mustard.
presume that we could work with someone. I mean, there's got to be someone who's a bit handy with chemical warfare or something, or
Oh, if only
know.
Plim were around.
What is it you're actually trying to deliver?
Uh,
Could
Actually-
actually.
Gift basket,
We could
chocolate,
get Plim
soap,
to train some of his
um,
bats.
little jar of marmalade, some of those Scottish biscuits.
it's just wait, and I will go back to where all my stuff is. And you know the metal DNA helix award looking thing?
Yep.
I bring that back, and I put that down on the table. I'd like to send him this.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Will he be able to recognize this one specifically?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is probably going to cause a lot of trouble on High Nexus or Tothan in general. I think it's possibly a good idea I don't go to the Void Oasis.
What, at all?
We like that ship, right?
Yeah.
And
I like what Karen's trying to say.
I'm not sure.
But where are you going to go if you don't go to the new ship, as we're not going to have the old ship anymore?
Steal this ship, obviously.
Right.
Just fly off in it.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Either I might find some friends, which is another thing I might need. Maybe a lift. You remember that? What was that space station where the guy and the woman, where we got the box, the totally
Something 3.
Yeah.
Cortisol 3.
Yeah, Pepsi-Bismol 4. That place. I know the Devin. Maybe we could go back and see if they've got alternate routes, and we could maybe meet up at Galletti or something.
You know, we're going to be the fastest way to get there.
Yeah.
Plus, we have to take the box. We can't send you a separate route with the box. Do you not want to be with the box?
You need to take the box. It's very important that box gets there. And if someone were to maybe make a distraction so nobody was looking at the box and the fancy ship that's taking the box, and instead is perhaps looking around High Nexus or Tothan or in general.
Some of you don't know what's in the box that she's talking about.
Yeah, there is that.
So you're obviously quite scared about your safety and the safety of those around you. But there is plenty of options that we could go down. I mean, you know, in the past it has been said that I'm quite a talented plastic surgeon.
Who said
you
that?
said that?
Yeah.
To be fair, I can't remember.
Aaron, is it so you think someone's going to be looking for you on the void, or?
Well, here's my worry: is somebody is going to be looking for that box. So we give them something else to not distract them with. Sending that to the mayor is going to be very distracting.
Because they're going to look for you.
A bomb.
No, it's not a bomb. It's can you not see it?
Wait, hang on. I have an even better
It's
idea.
evidence.
Okay,
It's like proof of what she's found.
here's the plan. We don't leave it in his office. We leave it on the windowsill outside his office so that he can see it, recognize it, but still have to send someone out to go and fetch it to bring it in to prove it, thereby distracting him and some of the station crew at the same time.
Spacewalk.
I've got. How about this? Right,
Mhm.
now bear with me. Yeah. Why don't we sneak aboard? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And like we'll make sure we've got the right route around the place so we don't get found out, and then we can steal him and bring him onto the ship
No.
and show him the box.
No.
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 No. That's the opposite of a good idea.
No.
I thought it was a good idea, Rooster.
We want him to not
Thank
see
you,
the
thank you.
box. But what
You
we
don't
want him to
see
think,
the box.
I think what Karen is trying to say is that what we want the Mayol to see is that a scientist who poses a threat to their
Everything.
truth has reappeared in their space and is around causing trouble, and they need to worry about that more than they need to worry about a bunch of foreigners on their spaceship.
Why don't we do a fancy banner out the back of the spaceship and fly around the space station?
Because Parsons has the Jolly Roger there instead.
And there's already a pirate flag hanging out the back.
Yeah, yeah.
There is.
I thought you hadn't
No.
noticed, but you know, you
No,
guys.
no,
are quite-
it's that. I didn't
Parsons,
know that
Parsons,
that
have you
was there,
seen
but
the
that is
vids
a great
of,
thing.
of the captain's boat flying out to see the Sedenican ship? Have you seen they pointed the telescopes at the ship while you were making that journey?
Did they? Oh wow!
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they saw the flag.
Yes, yeah, that's okay. They either didn't recognize it for the past channels and thought it was a joke on the cheap channels.
Yeah.
We could just call in a anonymous tip and
Mhm.
say, if you want us to say, people have seen you sighted somewhere.
Well,
That won't matter because this is Tothan. People have seen her all over the place potentially.
So we could take the small fighter craft to this place that you're going to go and hide at, and then the big ship with a name that I can't remember,
Pride of
our
Singing?
new one.
Oh,
No,
Void
no, no.
Oasis.
Void Oasis. So the Void Oasis could move to its jump point, which is like 3 days away, and then we could just hop on the fighter and then whiz out because the fighter's so much faster than the Void Oasis, and they wouldn't be able to get to the Void Oasis because, well, it'd already be too far away. Did
Would
anyone
we be
understand what I
kidnapping
just
the
said?
mayor?
I understand what you mean, Parsons. And what I think you're trying to say is, Karen, you can't sacrifice yourself to make a point. I realize that what you're trying to do is sacrificing yourself to make
Kona.
sure that the box gets there, but they'll
Well, no,
catch you.
maybe there's a newer version of in the box.
That's not how this works, though.
Oh,
They're
isn't it?
clones. They're not identical neural copies. It's the equivalent of her daughter in the box,
Sister.
sister daughter, somewhere in that kind of relationship range. They're not the same person. It's not going to wake up with all of Karen's memories. They're not ants.
Not unless you do something funky on the ship.
Okay.
How about
I
if
mean,
we
there are
galaxy
ways to do
glue
it.
one of the pirates' masks to her face, then no one would recognise him.
Well, I'm
But
dressed as a
galaxy glue, it
lion.
don't come off for nobody.
No one will recognize me because everyone expects me to be dressed like a pirate.
So
So,
they'll see the lion
absolutely.
walking around and they'll go, "It's that pirate guy."
How would they
That
know
came to
that?
the diplomatic meeting.
How will they know that? They can't know that, surely.
I don't
They're
think
Why don't we
clones.
disguise
Here's what we're
Karen
going to
as
do.
the
Here's what we're
pirate?
going to do. Looking at the resources we have available to us, Karen, you
Mhm.
do nothing. You don't run away. You don't hide. You don't put a big flag up somewhere. But you do communicate with the possibility of looking as though you might be trying to run. But we bounce your signal, courtesy of Frankie, through a secondary source. So it looks like you're somewhere else than where you actually are, which is going to be right here waiting for pickup. Rooster, you and Parsons run distraction. You go onto the station and do whatever you like.
Are you sure they're the best to run distraction?
Okay.
Absolutely. Whatever
get-
you like.
Do we get to deliver
Just run
the
that past
thing?
me again.
No, you don't get to deliver the
Okay.
thing because while you're doing whatever you like,
Yeah.
I'm going to deliver the thing.
Oh, wicked. Okay.
So
That's
you can
cool.
do anything else
Second
on the
house.
space station while dressed as a lion and
Okay.
carrying a range of exotic drugs.
Okay.
Cannot touch the scourge bats.
No, they're
Plym
in a-
promised to make
Awesome.
sure that
The
they
They're in a
Scourge
cage.
bats
So
are on
you
the
had
Void
a-
They're on the
Oasis.
ship.
Oh, they're already across. Cool.
So I've got to make a distraction.
I want you two to be
Of
the
all
biggest distraction you can possibly cause.
Okay.
Little hot chocolate break. Sorry.
Wow.
Bear in mind,
Did
there
you
was a
say that you
terrorist
had a-
attack.
Frankie,
that
you're
you
going
had
to
a
be a
hot
relay
chocolate?
point to bounce signals through so that we can.
There is a communication from the docking port.
Bingly, bingly, beep.
It's like a doorbell.
Oh,
Frankie.
somebody's
Ding dong
Bing
dong,
bong.
dong dong.
That's your thing, Frankie. I'm not answering that.
Yeah.
We'll go up over to the panel to answer that. Does that come in on the bridge or?
It comes into this room. You can.
Cool.
Okay. The corridor outside your docking bay is normally fairly well lit. It seems to be quite dark, and there's a figure standing there saying, "Let me in, please. I'm here on behalf of the Ugan Republic."
And what's your business here?
I'll
Need to
get the
talk
door.
to your crew about what happened, what's been going on.
I will
I-
go and
I
get
think
the door, shall
I
I?
was gonna,
We want to help you.
I'm going to get the door.
Kona, could you
I have stood up.
go with Ken to
I'm
get the door,
walking to
please?
the door.
I stun him.
I'm gonna
I'm getting close
I'm gonna
to the
join
door.
Parsons.
We're going
Did
to
you
the
say
door.
that you got a horse costume, Parson?
To be honest,
I
out
do
of
have
all
a
of
horse
us,
costume. You have to
out of
give me
all
a
of us,
minute.
Simon is the best greeter. Like, so that's kind of his job.
Okay. Right.
Hi.
I'm
I
gonna.
stun him.
I take.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
hold my tail in one hand. Okay. And get the
Okay.
door in the other. Right. And when
Okay.
I open the door, I shall tilt my head slightly and smile.
The figure on the
Hello.
other side looks confused, and they're wearing a
See,
dark
it's working
clothing.
already.
Where it is a man wearing dark clothing, not like but just fairly standard sort of dark clothing, and says, "I am. Can I come in, please?"
I'm in. I shall step aside and let him in.
Okay, steps in.
Seriously, so the first organ we get on side is bloody section 31.
And then I shall step into the corridor and look both ways. And then step back on the ship.
There's no one around. I think we managed to disable their monitoring of the corridor and the airlock temporarily. I'm here as part of Ogan Intelligence. I'm normally an attaché to the Ranger Services, but I was assigned to the Vanguard when it was sent here, and I've scanned some of your crew members whilst you were at the dinner.
Yes.
And he lifts his eyebrows slightly.
Parsons, bring him through.
I shall say, you apparently have said the secret word. You are allowed to enter the inner
Who?
chambers.
Who is Karen?
I shall let you in. Please go through.
Aaron Upchurch has put all of the Ogun are section 31.
I thought they were good
Okay.
guys.
He doesn't seem to have a weapon on him. He's
Yeah, but I seem to not have a weapon on me a lot of the time. Doesn't mean
At
I
this
can't
point,
shoot
stood
you with
behind him,
teeth.
I do have a weapon in my hand.
yeah,
but it's your
that's
tail.
fine. That's fine. I'm coming here at quite personal risk and risk for my nation.
Understandable. Welcome. We have coffee. It's not very good. We have noodle-based MREs that are also not very good. You're welcome to join us.
Oh, noodles! I'd love some noodles.
Help yourself.
So pulls over one of them, takes a syringe of soy sauce, and then starts eating. My government has been trading with the Tothans. Their environmental and atmospheric technology is superior. You may or may not know, but Ogun has, I believe it's classified as exotic atmosphere, and most of our planet-based dwellings are dome-covered or subterranean, and we're looking for advanced technologies to help us with our world and other worlds we come across. So the intelligence services are here to make sure that our government doesn't step beyond its bounds and other governments don't take advantage of the good nature of diplomatic voice we send out. And
Way
I've
to go
been
on stopping
here.
that terrorist attack.
There was no way they had any ability to stop that terrorist attack because the whole thing was staged. Come on, Frankie, you know that.
Who is Karen?
While Parsons was going to the door, I
Yep.
took the genetic sample and my trophy and went somewhere
guessing.
like I'm not there.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I
just-
guessed you'd left the room.
I'm gonna position myself behind said stranger in between and have the party the other side of them so they can see me, so I can communicate.
You're going to
Using
stab him in
hand
the throat
signals.
with needles.
No, I'm just gonna stand there and keep going.
I should say, sorry, didn't catch your name.
Reimer.
Reimer. Kona Carl, we're in a similar line of business, you and I. We facilitate the smooth running and operations of our, never mind, various authorities, acquaintances, however you choose to look at it. I used to run corporate the same way that you do government. We believe that the Tothans have not been entirely honest about their genetic lines, and that there may have previously been an additional line called the Haren line.
We're aware of this.
Now, as near as we can tell, the Haren line was supposedly buried, but there is the possibility that one of their number managed to survive and is a scientist of some renown.
Ka-Haren?
The Ka is news to us. We know of the Harens, and we heard that there was an
Your
Haren.
friend, Octavius.
Oh,
Just
yes.
before the explosion, there was a startled thought in his mind. Karen.
But to know there was a startled thought in his mind would mean that you would have to use some kind of illegal psionics on
My
High
very
Nexus.
presence here is illegal. I think we have stepped beyond these issues.
Octavius has met a great many people, and he is one of the first ones of us who brought up the Haren line. He has encountered them previously. Presumably he encountered the one called Ka Haren. And I'm immediately going to start thinking about baseball.
I am going to think about fried chicken, and I'm going to back off towards the exit door.
I'm not here to threaten any of you with any kind of mental prowess. I have sensed other psionic activity in the area, or potential, and I do not wish to startle anyone or use any of my abilities here.
I'm going to assume it's the dread line robbers.
Must be. You'd have to be psychic to be that mental.
I am twirling my tail.
I've merely come to talk. This, clearly, your friend recognized this attacker.
There is some shady shit going on with Tothan. We know it. You know it.
Know it. We want whatever information you have. We think that your ship should leave Tothan to Ogun.
As it happens, we are heading that way imminently. We are waiting to hand over this ship. We have a few more pieces of business to close down before we go. And then we are absolutely leaving and going through the Ogun systems, with permission, of course, on our way. Are we going Rimwood or are we going Corwood?
Rimwood.
Rimwood.
I'm particularly concerned because we have reason to believe that this Gerzil system is screen, sort of distraction. They're using this amber zone and the people there for experimentation. We're unsure.
Interestingly enough, I was on the ship that went aboard the Sudenican vessel. I've been there. I've seen them. I know what happened to the bodies.
You know what happened to the bodies once they were in the Sudenican ship?
I also know that they were all identical to one another.
They all rapidly deteriorated.
Fast onset cellular degeneration, a great way of hiding your patent information from a corporate standpoint, or your illegal extra-governmental meddling in other planets' governance, were you, say, a genetic authority.
I'm trying to build a case to take to our government to ensure that we do not allow the Tothan people to do such things to our people. We are so close to them that this technology is threatening to our security,
Agreed.
which is why, very much like meet with you in the Ogun system, to come with you, in fact, if you will take me with you on your ship.
I am going to head back towards the station to see if there are any passengers needing to flee the system.
Okay.
So
I think we rolled passengers before, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but this
yeah.
guy's going to have to pay top dollar.
But I
So-
don't see any reason why we couldn't fit you in that capacity.
I'm inclined to agree. I think we can help one another.
Thank you. That is great news. You will be doing a great service to the Ogun Republic. I will, of course, see to a operational cost reimbursement.
In return,
Sure.
I will tap my contacts and see if I can find out any more information about this car Ren that you speak of.
You still want me and Parsons to go and make some big noise?
Yeah, we still need to make our final delivery before we go.
Am I able to like watch? There must be CCTV and audio.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. You could have
Okay.
like a comm line open that
Yeah.
that is, one way.
Okay.
So you're aware of all of this.
Sure. I think at some point.
Remember, my comms are internal as well, so they're difficult to hack.
I think at some point she would have made her way back down this way.
Into the room.
At least in the corridor outside, kind
Okay.
of thing. And then she'll sort of step into the room and say, "This threat, if it's real, what will you do to the people of Tothan?"
What will we do to the people of Tothan?
Yeah, you say that you're worried that Tothan is a
Well, we
threat.
will know that we need to protect ourselves in a
Be
a
prepared to
more,
expose them.
well, I would be, yes, but my government, I cannot say at this stage. However, if this were to be done in a covert way, then I could help.
Covert works for me. Reimer, Karen, Reimer.
So you're the last friend.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Yeah, we've heard there's an underground movement going on, and that someone called Avin has been discussing your return.
Really?
Yes, it's taking on a little bit of a, how would we say it? Cyanic quality amongst some people. It's dangerous. It's a powder keg. We think that there's actually more malcontent on the planet than we are being made aware of, and the extensive environmental activities going on are actually being used as a cover. And we're not allowed down on the planet.
Well, no, you're... And she'll stop. Just, It's an equation, the planet. You must understand the history of Tothan and why
Of course.
we won't let people on the planet.
Yes, I understand.
It's
But
a doubt.
We find it strange that they would not want to now move beyond the 100
Well-
officially.
Yes, I agree. I understand, and I know why. or at least I know some of the why, or the how, even the how.
We both
The
know that
how.
there is more than 100, don't we? Because let's be honest, you always keep your best product under wraps until it's ready for the reveal.
But the Tothan only reproduce through cloning,
Yes.
and they are all sterile.
No. No, they're not.
That's what the why only reproduce through cloning. It's a massively expensive undertaking, and
Control?
Power? A way of life you're satisfied with?
can't put down.
Hmm?
We're concerned. I will be willing to take this to my government, see if they would aid the Tothan people, but I cannot guarantee that.
You mean aid the Tothan people in being free?
To moving in that direction, yes. I'm sure the first instance would be diplomatic conversations to discuss their genetic
She laughs.
rules and system, and to ask for sort of a deeper understanding and being, it would take years, but it would probably.
You're prepared to push through a diplomatic solution. I'd heard that said of the Ogden, that you were good for that kind of thing.
I'm willing to do lots of things. My people, not so much.
I'm going to step towards the door. I'm going to look over my shoulder. I'm going to go, and then I'm going to walk through the door.
Are you like?
Who are you doing that to?
Yeah. Is that like everybody
Follow
should
him.
leave? Or...
No, that was let's go make some noise.
Oh, you
Yeah.
want to
Oh.
run away with Dr. Rooster?
Yeah.
Gonna
Okay.
toss the horse head to Dr. Rooster just to see if Dr. Rooster wants the horse head.
I'm still dressed as
Shall
a lion. You can't be a
Shall I
lion
be
and
the
a
back
horse.
end?
Always
It's
keep
quite
Dr. Rooster in
difficult
front
to.
of you.
It's quite difficult.
I'm reminded of the poetry of Keris from Catatonia at this point. They put horses' heads in people's beds. I am the mob.
I thought you were thinking things are getting strange. I'm starting to worry. This could be a case of
Yeah.
Parsons and Rooster.
Parsons and Rooster.
Rooster and Parsons. Yeah,
Oh, God.
whichever way.
Which one of them
Yeah.
is the unbeliever?
Yeah.
I like the fact that you've changed your name to Dread Lion Roberts, by the way. Simon, that's awesome. The Dread Lion Roberts.
Karen, this does present an alternate opportunity. Instead of delivering that trophy to the Mayol, perhaps it could be delivered to the planet.
No, it's very small, and Tothan's. I know Tothan's not very big, but it'd get lost.
We stick a radio tracker on it. We fire it down there as a drop pad. We etch "She Rises" on the bottom of it.
How does she rise up? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I didn't expect a gesture at the Ogden.
I wasn't expecting you either.
I don't.
I wasn't expecting any of this. I thought
Are
I was
you
going
aware
straight.
that there is a vessel taking all of the Ve'in down to Low Nexus in the next hour or so?
Oh, you've done it now.
No.
I thought you might want to know that.
Yeah.
Shall we take a short break?
Yeah.
I need a human admin break.
Yeah. I need more rum.
Well, there you go. That's the other
I need a
human
quick
admin.
plan to break out an entire shipload of the inn.
Yes. At least
Everyone in the chat, take your bets on what you think Rooster and Lion are going to get up to.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
Apparently
don't think we
there's
could do that
apparently
as a
there's a,
prediction because it
apparently
only
there's a
gives you
ship-
2 choices.
Apparently there's a ship going down to the planet's surface. That sounds like quite a lot of fun.
Boarding action.
I just imagine a room full of clones, Dr. Rooster and a lion, and they go, "No, we're like you, yeah, we're clones."
I'm just a regular Vitin. Yep. Yeah, I'm
Just-
just in fancy dress. Okay, right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a 5-10 minute break. Please don't go anywhere because, as Kargan Demon Claw pointed out, we just had a big reveal right there that the Tothan are not sterile, and this is the secret that Millie knows.
Life finds a way.
Life finds a way.
Yeah. Baby.
Cool. Symbolized at the beginning by him using the 2 wrong ends of his seatbelt and tying them together. Anyway, right.
I never got that until you just said that.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, right. So we'll see you in 5-10 minutes. We're going to go away and we'll see you soon. Don't go anywhere. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome back to part 2 of episode 6 of Feudal Stars, our mega meta traveler game. There you go. That's the one. And before the break, we were discussing what 2 crazy people in a horse costume could get up to. Or is it a lion and a rooster? I'm not sure.
I think it's the lion and the front end of a horse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
A demi
Okay.
centaur.
So,
Sent over the wrong way round.
the Dread Lion Roberts and Dr. Rooster. I can't believe some of the sentences I have to say sometimes. Have headed to the airlock to go out into the station. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to try and find out where, that ship that was going down. We're going to try and sort of see if we can meet that at some point, where it docks or whatever.
You have all, as you're heading down, and when you get to the airlock, you can see on your computer system has interfaced with the station's computer system, so you can kind of bring up the docking areas, a simple visual. And there is what looks like a very simple but long kind of shuttle, almost like a troop transport kind of ship that has docked recently a bit further around from you, past the Ukarite Combine vessel, past the Erodin vessel. There is this other vessel that's docked during all of this lockdown.
Okay.
Everyone else, no other ships are allowed in or out. All other traffic's been rerouted by Cheriton stations or Load Nexus, etc.
So are we just going to head on down to the loading area and
Yeah,
yeah.
and yeah. What are we going to need before we get off? We're going to need things. I mean, I've got a mascot with me still, and I'll pull out Mr. Frazzles, who is like this killer whale sort of fluffy toy. And I've got tranquilizers, and I have got a pistol.
I shall put on my belt with my rapier, not my big nasty sword. I'll just put on my belt with my rapier. I've got a few grenades and my little stunner. That should do it, to be honest. Growl.
Sorry, Frankie, were you going to say something?
I can't really because I'm not there with them.
You can say something to them as they go if you want.
Don't forget you can't have weapons on show on the station.
It's okay. It's a stunner. It's not a.
You said a rapier at your belt.
Yes, that's right.
You're in a lion costume. They're going to see it.
That's okay too. Honestly, it's not a problem.
Yeah, you might find stealth rolls a bit difficult.
Actually, I think you find I'm rather amazing at stealth rolls.
Lions are very good. at
Lions are
hiding,
pretty
aren't they?
stealthy.
You
Yeah,
can-
but lions
you
are really
can-
stealthy. You see them.
You
Like,
can.
they
yeah,
sneak up on the gazelles.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's-
girls.
Promenade is
because-
full of long grass.
Yeah, that is
no,
the girl
No,
lions.
that's because gazelles only see certain colours and they don't see the lion.
The lion color.
They don't.
Just
The
the
You've got to
same
lion
hope
colour
that the
as the
the
protectors,
lion's the
ground.
same colour as the
the
surroundings. so-
protectors are trained to ignore wildlife on the station.
Yes.
So you
Uh-huh.
guys
Wow.
head down to the airlock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could hide his rapier in his tail. There you go.
Not
Not a bad idea.
Can I hack the comm system to say that a special investigator dressed as a lion should be ignored? At all
Don't
costs?
forget, there is a medic with a
Yeah.
horse's head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay
Can I
no
do that?
attention to the lion.
Or the
I'm just going to put that
horseman.
out.
What, like a tannoy? Like,
Bing, bing,
Well,
bing.
I'm going to go on.
Attention,
like,
cameras.
security.
Please
you know,
ignore
like,
the lion.
Basically, security. Like the security, channel to say, ignore.
Captain Anson
oh,
says
so you're going to try and get into
crew.
the security
Yeah.
feed
Yeah.
so that all the protectors, like getting their updates from the
Well,
the
that's
central
exactly what I'm gonna
office,
do,
get a
yeah.
thing saying, ignore the lion and
Yeah.
guy with a
And-
horse's head.
And the guy, because actually he's a medic.
Okay.
It's a great idea.
I get a roll for that, right?
It's going to be
Don't tell me
very
the odds.
difficult.
Roll type.
So when you roll,
Do I do disadvantage? Or
No,
just normal?
you change the
Advantage?
difficulty
Oh,
to
difficult.
very difficult.
Very difficult. Okay. But the roll
What could
type
go
is still
wrong?
normal.
Roger says, Simon.
And
What
this-
Simon could
yeah.
go wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that good? You like that?
Oh.
What did I get? -5.
Yeah, because very difficult, you need a 12.
Yeah.
So
but I can roll-
hacking
I can re-roll
the-
that, can't I?
You're hacking this prediction result is Parsons.
Re-roll that, can't I?
Sorry?
I can re-roll that, can't
Have
I?
you got a reroll?
Have I got a re-roll? I don't know.
Don't think so. Millie got one. I got one.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Simon. I'm gonna make you re-roll that.
It
Oh,
could get worse.
no, it got better.
Okay.
So
That's so
you
better than that.
you
do
tried
I
to
just-
hack the main security system of High Nexus from your ship.
Well, no, I did it from the corridor. I didn't do it from the ship.
Oh, so once
were
you got
outside.
out of your
Yeah,
airlock.
yeah.
Okay, right.
I wouldn't have done that on the ship.
Oh, wait, yeah. Simon, you're dressed as a lion right now. I
crazy
can't,
can you think we
unless you
are, Pete?
explicitly
Come on.
tell me. I'm gonna.
No one would know because remember, because the Ogden shut down all the security feeds to the to our shuttle, so no one knows the lion got off of our ship.
That's very true.
Duh.
If only
First
you were trying
bats,
to.
now a lion.
If only you were trying to grow some crops there.
You just got 2 rerolls
I?
from Aaron and Onamichi. Thank you. And Cynical, hello, welcome, Cynical, and a fellow
I've been here all along.
traveler
What are you talking
streamer.
about?
I shall turn to Rooster and say, "Don't quite think that worked."
What's that?
Eh? Oh, I'm just trying to do something to be helpful.
Okay, so the two of
think-
you are
I
in
think we
your
need to go that way.
darkened airlock corridor that will
Yeah.
the kind of lead you down to the communal areas and beyond the kind of promenade of the station. And there are like a passageway going around and passages going off to the different docking ports. And you know that if you go kind of 3 around to the right, probably take you 15 minutes to walk down there, assuming there are no protectors patrolling. So you got, how are you doing this? Are you a creeping lion?
I am a brazen
Are
lion.
you a brazen lion
I-
bounding down the corridor?
I'm winking and waving and
I am.
like
I-
taking
I'm going to
selfies.
take. Yeah, I'm going to take the Dread Pirates lead and I'm going to get myself a pair of Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, and I'm going to and trot down the corridor.
Okay. So the two of you make your way down the corridor. Old Uncle Mojo's, but this has become really surreal. Yes, it has. I think the combat drugs are wearing off. You make your way down the corridor, kind of doing a bit of prancing and prowling and T-Rex claws and all kinds of stuff. And you get down to the end where you can see the corridors heading off to the other docking areas and the way through to the promenade. And it is eerily quiet. Before, when you came through here, there were people moving around, working, people working in the station, and then the visitors of different delegations and different vessels. Now everything's kind of closed down. No one's really moving around, but you do see over in the kind of off to your left in the promenade a squad of protectors. Can both of you please make
Confusion roll.
a stealth roll?
Did I help
if you-
them, Karen?
In,
Should I help them?
How?
What's more important right now? Are we trying to save the Vin, or are we delivering the award? Because they're doing better than I had expected.
Saving the Vin is obviously very important. Or at least Kevin.
Frankie,
just the one, like get on the ship and go, Kevin, hello.
Pew, 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 pew,
They
pew.
all turn around. I'm Kevin. No, I'm Kevin.
I'd tell.
Oh wow. Okay. So
Reimer, are you any good at Elecop comms?
yes.
Can you bounce and distort a signal if I start hacking?
I can, but I need to be actually making communication with my people right now. Bear with me. Right, Ben, make a roll for your hacking. You guys, Rooster, Lion, you are prancing down the corridor, and it seems that the lion, he's really getting into it, and he's kind of prowling, hunting almost. For a moment, he kind of disappears behind some cargo containers, and Rooster, you can see him going like this, but the protectors can't see. The lion has disappeared, stalking its prey, whereas T-Rex Horsehead Man, it kind of is growling and grumbling into the communal area, and you can see that they've heard you. In what? Just got -1, so they just kind of heard you. They haven't clocked you yet.
I'm going to stop moving like a horse, and I'm going to start. I'll put my hands behind my back and just sort of saunter through as if like trying to act as normal as possible.
Still with your costume on.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to saunter into the promenade.
Yeah, well, I am wearing my doctor's lab coat and normal trousers and shoes. It's only the horse's head that's
It's Dr. Bojack.
Yeah.
Is the horse's head tucked into your doctor's coat?
No.
Okay, Jim, you just got a reroll. Okay, so you start to walk into the promenade, and this group of protectors, there are 4 protectors wearing body armor and carrying guns, and they see you immediately, and they're like, hold where you are, this area's on lockdown. Who are you? What the and they start moving over towards you. Dread Lion Roberts, you can see this going on, but you are stealthily hidden.
I've just rolled my thermal smoke, so they are now engulfed in thermal smoke. I shall now move amongst them and neutralize the 4.
With my hacking, I would like to try and hack the tannoy system
Okay.
to broadcast.
What do you want to broadcast?
a
Beware of the
biohazard
lion.
warning. No, it's a Attention! Gazillion terrorists have released a biohazard gas into the docking bay area. Please avoid the area. Hallucinogenic effects have been reported.
Oh,
Brilliant.
shit.
Okay. Okay, so you throw the thermal smoke, so that's like filling the area.
Yeah, and it also
Doesn't that block lasers?
block lasers, that kind of thing.
Rooster, you are surprised when this thermal smoke goes off in amongst, because you rolled pretty well there, didn't you? You rolled a vector 5. I don't think any of them are going to have a athletics dexterity high enough to modify you down. So they're all kind of in this thermal smoke that goes off. Rooster, what do you want to do in the and the tannoy goes, sorry, with Kona Carl's nice polite phone voice.
Phone voice.
Yeah. From the Sidenicum vessel. Dread Lion Roberts, you probably recognize that voice. Biohazard on the promenade. Rooster, what do you...
I'm going to start to panic slightly, but then obviously I've slipped myself a little bit of the laughing juice in me at some point today. So I am struggling to realise who I am, whether I am actually an horse or I am a medical expert. So I'm going to start neighing quite frantically.
Okay.
And then realise what I'm doing and go, oh.
Are they distracted?
And take, yeah, well, yeah.
Are they
I'm going to take the
distracted?
horse's head off. Yeah, I think so.
They distracted.
They are distracted.
Okay, I shall motion to Rooster, and we'll try and carry on past them.
Are they utterly fucking baffled, more like?
Yeah.
They are suddenly baffled.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of burst the smoke. They're completely distracted. You guys dart away from them. But back down the corridors towards the other ship.
Are you leaving the horse's head on the floor?
No.
Just asked.
No, absolutely
so
not.
So we're heading
Leave your-
towards
Can't leave
We're
your
heading towards
costume
the-
behind.
heading towards Ben's ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're heading
They
towards
keep
the
hacking to
in
try
ship.
and
Yeah.
push
Yeah.
for more access.
Okay. Try for more hack. Frankie and Karen, what are you guys doing?
I've just been eating dinner this whole time.
Are you going to
It's
finish
dinner
that?
and a show, to be fair.
I don't know what you're doing. You wanted me to fly to a comms array, I think.
I'm trying not
No
to have a
plan
panic
survives
attack
its
or a
encounter.
heart attack. Remember, I'm 60 and have not
It's
long
true.
not long been out of prison.
And what's your endurance?
Either 2 or 4.
I think it's 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
2.
So I'm trying not to die
Okay.
from anxiety. Reimer, is that your name? Reimer?
Yeah.
If I could give you proof, like scientific proof, research that would prove the Tothan Genetic Authority were keeping the population sterile, could you possibly make sure my lion and horse friend don't die, and also...
I'm not sure anyone can promise that. But I can try. You want me to go and help them?
Well, if I go, I will die. And
Sure.
Frankie has a lot of tea left. Just
Looks over.
look at Frankie. Like,
Frankie's the pilot and is going to need to get us out of here on next to zero notice as soon as we can get anybody aboard. Tappy tap 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 tappy tap 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 plug.
I am quite emotionally attached to at least one of the people on the ship they're going to. I would be very happy if that whole ship did not get killed.
Your friends are going to have to. Well, I mean, the simplest thing would be to fly that ship to your other ship and let them all off on board the. What is it called?
Void Oasis.
That's the one.
Could you perhaps help them, because and I'll gesture to whatever.
I'm not much of a pilot, I'm afraid.
No, Frankie is very good
But
pilot.
we need Frankie to pilot us as well.
In what?
Pirate, can
You guys
fly
aren't
it?
you guys leaving this ship here?
You're right. We all need to go.
You've got a shuttle.
Oh, there
You've
is a
got-
ship's
you've
boat.
got
Isn't there?
a
There's a ship's boat. Yeah, there's a
So,
ship's boat.
so Frankie is
I'm-
going to fly
I'm just
you
putting
on
this
your
out
ship's
there,
boat.
yeah. We have got a strict timeline to take off from, and if you're not there, you'll get left behind.
Weimer says, "Look, I'll go and help them. I might be able to take out a couple of protectors to
If
help
getting
them
a couple
get
of
on board.
Vins out is more important than taking out the protectors. If the protectors survive, the protectors survive. Get the Vins out.
You get the ship gets a text message from Captain Anson saying everything's ready on board the Void Oasis, so you can all come over whenever you're ready."
The fuck are you doing? Says Captain
I'll
Anson.
text him back. Okay, see you soon. Everything's fine.
You read in the chat.
How are you?
Okay, so Reimer says, "I'll go and help your friends," and heads off.
Frankie, fire up the ship's boat. What the actual?
Okay, you want me? You coming back here to dock, or have I got to fly to meet
The
them?
ship's boat is already docked here. Just get on board, do pre-flight, get it fired up. We'll load it up with as many people as we can get out, and we're just going to get out of here.
Okay,
So we are stealing the ship, right?
that's what I think you're doing.
Yeah.
I'll be
We're not-
ready in the ship's boat
we're not-
either way.
We're not. I mean, I'm a pirate. Yeah. Steal the ship.
I'm totally down with you stealing the ship, but then we'll transfer the Vins to the ship's boat, and then we'll fire the ship off in a different direction. So they
With the
have to
flag
keep
on it, yeah.
splitting.
They'll see you do that.
Both
Won't get much time.
Aren't we going to fly the newly christened Jolly Roger to the Void Oasis itself?
Yeah.
No, look,
Full of things.
we can't have them following the Void Oasis.
Yeah, they can't follow
They
Void
can't.
Oasis.
You have to get them. So Reimer's like, we have to get them off that ship and over here,
We can do that.
and then onto your ship's boat, which can handle about 10 people.
Yeah, we can.
Let's
do
hope
that.
there's not many Vin on there.
There's
just
going to
gonna,
be a whole
stick
Would it
bunch
be
of them.
would it be what would
We're
it be
gonna stick
wise
them all in
to
void
bring them
suits.
over
We'll
in
throw
single
them all
file?
out.
To mask the path, so we can
Get them
No,
all
it's
out.
helpful,
Get them
like-
all out of the ship. Let them all run free, and tell any of them that want to run this way that they can.
Right, we don't have a sheepdog costume. Just saying.
If you can launch that ship and still get off it, so much the better. But preferably without
Oh,
Vins on.
believe you me, we can get right off it.
Oh god.
I just got a text off the captain. It says, "Don't forget the post."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the Tothan Authority are sending the post out at the moment.
But we'll make it up in Ogden.
Yeah.
I'm going to panic, and then I'm going to go back and get all my research
Mhm.
and my trophy and the biological sample that Kona gave me
Yep.
that I was going to test, but then we let Rooster
Do you
and
know what?
Parsons.
Leave the trophy. Leave the
You
trophy. here.
what you could make a roll to test it for the one thing,
Oh, okay.
because you know that, and if that is there, you'll be able to tell. You won't be able to do all the breaking down of the genome and what color were their eyes and all that kind of stuff. But like, is this stamp on it?
The one marker. All right.
I
So,
would just like to remind everybody that we were told that we could do what we like and make the biggest distraction possible.
We were told.
You were.
We were
You
told.
were.
yeah.
We didn't
Pat
even make
made
the decision.
evidence of that.
I
were told.
underestimated your ability to cause chaos, which I didn't think anyone would ever say.
Leon's like,
Told you.
I didn't underestimate them.
I'll message Kona to say, how are you getting on with delivering your Nexus thing?
I've got like 18 text messages coming in from various members of the crew, all with helpful advice. So I'll be like, yes, fine, great.
Oh, and can you unlock the security doors to
Working.
the ship we're going to get to? Thanks.
So I'm making a science genetics roll, yeah?
yes,
And it's just a normal one.
just a normal one, because you've got, got all the things you need to look for.
There we go. 10.
It's a clone. You don't know what line, who they are, whatever, but it's a clone.
A Tothan clone.
A Tothan-made clone. It has the trophy you have.
Yeah.
That's in there.
I'm gonna send the email to Kona's head. Like, look at this later. you know what I mean.
In fairness, this is why I paid such good more. I was installed with such high tech.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
can parallel process this information.
And then also, I don't know, print it, put it on a data stick, whatever the equivalent is, put it on a tablet or whatever.
Yep.
And then put that in my research, like the physical copy of my research, and then grab all my stuff.
Yep.
And run back as fast as my old lady legs can get me to wherever Kona and back to the dining room. I'm going to
Yep.
gather everything
Yep.
up.
Okay.
I'm going to keep hacking away. I'm up to 3 successes on my hacks at the minute. I'm trying to get access
Okay.
to docking ring control so that I can hold that ship.
Okay. You're not quite there, but you if you keep going, you may be.
I will keep going.
Right. Dread, Lion, Roberts, and Rooster. You come around a corner and you can see now you've gone past the Ukarite Combine vessel, and could see actually through the airlock there was some activity in that ship. You're now coming up to the corner where there's the turn for the Erodon vessel. The people from the ruined Dyson sphere with the super guns. The Ingenious Collector is the name of their vessel. And further down, you can see that there are some. You can see there's movement down the far end of this corridor further down where you're headed.
I think we need to speed up here, Rooster. I don't think we got much time.
You hear movement behind you.
I'm gonna speed up to a canter.
Okay, so you guys are speeding up. You sort of
I
hear.
shall pick up my visual scanning and look behind me.
You look behind you and you can see Reimer, the Ogun intelligence operative, coming up behind you. He's like, I might be able to momentarily distract them with a ability.
Head.
If one of you turns to him and hands him like a goat outfit on.
A Tin Man hat.
Hey, can I try and read his mind and see what he's planning to do?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, you can do that. Go for it.
I think he might be better at this than you.
It doesn't really. If you can.
A lot of people are better than this than me.
Red Lion Roberts is better at psionics than.
That looks good.
Oh, that is good.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that he genuinely wants to help you, and he is going to something like the suggest something to the guards?
These aren't the horses that you're looking for.
You don't need to see their identification.
I might be able to get one or two of them to move away.
Yeah, I like your thinking.
Okay,
I'm sure
so
Dr.
you guys,
Rooster can get one or two of them
you
to have a
guys
nice little nap
approach.
in Happy Town.
You approach, and there's a handy selection of kind of crates and containers to one side of the corridor that someone just hasn't moved on the little sled that they're on. That you all kind of hunker down behind, and you can see down the corridor there are two protectors standing outside this docking corridor. Kona Carl, how's your hacking going?
I've built up to 4.
Okay. So you at the moment
I've built up to 8
Oh,
on my
okay.
hacking roll.
So the docking clamps on this ship are now malfunctioning. You've managed to hack it to stop the ship from leaving temporarily. They can work around it and get their own successes to break it if they start doing that. I'm just. Oh,
So,
one of the
what we do, we're
guards.
getting them off the
One
ship.
of the guards turns in your direction, looking quizzically down the road.
Are we what kind of range are we at?
You are at medium range.
Medium range.
I'm gonna have to get a bit closer, he says. Can you cover me?
Okay. All right. Well, I'll close the distance on him and shoot him with my stunner.
Okay, so you're gonna run out and shoot the guard.
I'm gonna, yeah, because my stunner's got my stunner's at a high enough tech level that I don't get quite such penalties for the longer range, because my range is 20, not 10. Most stunners are 10, but mine's 20. My long is 20.
Okay.
I know
Right.
you're saving for a new computer, but can we just commission Pat to draw this scene of this corridor with these two protectors and the Dreadline
lion.
Roberts pouncing with a gun
Yep,
next to
absolutely.
Rhyme holding a gun, and then Rooster's holding a horse head behind. Looking very
And a syringe in the other
It
hand.
is a very strange situation, right? So what we need to do is we need to roll initiative. Get to the combat
initiative.
section. Initiative, a dexterity or int check.
Is that me as well, or just
Everybody. So, my studio.
That's a difficult choice. Either a -1 or a +1. I think I will take the.
Right. That's against. Oh, what did I get? -2.
Go, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
That's just showing off.
Yeah, effect 4. Blimey.
Yeah.
Right. Who else got what?
Oh,
Rooster
I
got
thought
2.
you just meant them because they were in a fight. Like,
Well, we'll do it so that if you are doing other actions
okay.
to like intervene with them, just in case, so we know
What's
when you fall
initiative
in.
again then?
A dex or int.
I think I might make an int.
Jacob got 3. So. 3.
And it's average normal.
Yeah. Oh, Frankie.
Frankie's deleting.
what's the rush?
Isn't this just a normal day with Parsons for Frankie?
Yeah.
Why?
It'll be back.
That's why they're pretty chill. Just like. Okay, so obviously, Karen, you're not in the first round of combat because you're not aware that this is all going
I
on.
understand.
But I assume in some way you guys are getting some sort of feed from them. Dreadlion Roberts, you get to go first.
That would be
Ooh.
effect 10 from my stunner.
Effect 10.
I think you heard me right.
Yeah.
Effect 10.
Wow,
Okay,
18.
so
effect-
we subtract 2 from that.
Yeah.
So your effect 8.
Yeah.
You're going to
that's
try
right.
and dodge your...
Luck to him.
That's impressive. So how much stun damage do you do?
3d6 plus obviously my effect
plus 8.
and I only have to hit his do
Endurance.
his endurance.
Minimum of 11, then, isn't it?
Yeah, I only
Pretty
have to do
much.
his endurance.
Yep. Rolling.
I thought, oh me.
3d6
Sorry, I thought-
plus
I
8.
thought, right,
You got to
three-
roll the damage.
No, I thought you were dodging. Sorry, 3.
No, no.
force-
Remember, dodge just removes their
yeah.
athletics.
Okay, so 3,
dexterity.
3 space, 3d6, 3. Tell me what I need to type.
Slash
Forward
roll
slash.
space
Slash
3d6
roll
plus 8.
space, 3d6 plus 8. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So that'd be 16 points. So that's
It goes
that's
down like a.
just armor and endurance.
He goes down. He goes
What
down.
day
Okay.
next week will he wake up?
yeah.
Okay. Can I, as my part action, can I do persuade to suggest the other guy just go away?
Have you?
As
That'd
in,
be
I'll
more of
just
like an
smile at him.
intimidate.
Okay, I could do intimidate. No, I don't have intimidate. I have persuade. I'm a lion. I'm just going to smile at him in a suggestive way. I don't have
So
intimidate.
we've got smoke in the room and the corridor. We've got hallucinogen alarm being broadcast over the tannoy.
Yep.
We've got docking clamps not working. We've got a growling lion telling people to run away.
And
The
then the
reports
main
I lift him up
station.
and go arse and Venya.
The reports from this are going to be really hard for them to sift through.
The main station alarm is now going off as the protectors from before have obviously got some information back to someone and they've set off the alarm. Intruder alert.
Okay, I don't know what this other guy's doing, but I've done my action.
Well, you move and shoot, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Persuade's not really the right skill right now, I don't think.
I'm okay. I'm okay to not use
Okay,
persuade.
that's cool. Right, so next it's Rooster.
I'm going to take a pot shot at him, I think.
Okay.
That's a dex +1, is that right?
But I think you've got the skill guns, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Aha.
Okay. So he's going to try and dodge you. So what happens is he reduces your effect by his athletics dexterity, which is 2.
Okay.
That means you miss,
Okay.
fortunately. What do you want to do with your other partial action? You can...
I think Rooster's still got a reroll.
That's
Oh,
true.
you
Rooster has
have,
got a
actually.
reroll.
You've got a
Rooster's still
reroll.
2 rerolls, I believe.
I've got 2.
I'll reroll.
Go for it.
Oh no, it's Simon that's got 2. Rooster's got 1. Because
Okay.
Simon got 1 and Parsons got 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he can't use both of those then, can he?
No.
So that would still be effect -1, unfortunately. So that's still a miss.
That's fine. I'm going to run up behind the lion.
Okay, so you're going to move up, but
Yeah.
sort of behind him.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Next, it's Kona Carl.
I am going to continue the hackening.
Okay.
What? Quick, somebody give me a reroll. It's important.
Ooh. What were you at? You were at 8, weren't you?
I was at 8, yeah.
And now you're on 6.
Uh-oh. They're pushing back.
How long have we
Right.
got? How long have we got to get on the ship then?
The
Last
main
time you
station
had a
alarm
minute
is
ago.
now going off. Ben, reroll. 2 rerolls just popped in.
Sweet. I'm going to use one of
3.
them.
Yep, 3.
That's a bit more like it.
Oh,
So we're
right,
not
you're
down
up
to
11.
6, we're up to 11, and I want
Okay.
to reroute the protectors to the Uckerite Combine ship.
I think it's one or the other. But I know that's effect 3, but you're hacking the ship.
Okay.
Just keep hacking
You
the
know.
ship. I wouldn't
I
worry
was
about
going for the
protecting.
whole station at this point because I figured I'd built up enough. But if I haven't,
Yeah,
that's
that would
cool.
be difficulty 12 and various other
Fair
bits
enough.
going on. So
Yeah,
you
I'll
kind of
keep
focus
focusing on that one
Yeah.
ship. Can I do more stuff on that one ship, like release any restraints that people are in on the ship?
Yeah, yeah. We'll say a couple of those could do that. That would mean you'd be at 9 successes on your hack of their docking clamps, and use those 2 to free up some restraints within
Absolutely,
the ship.
I'll do that then.
Okay.
We'll start freeing the VIN.
Right. The Central Security Office is trying to hack back at you.
Oh, it's on.
How rude.
Harry.
4 successes, so they would. Okay. Oh, here we go. 2 rerolls for Jim. Jim, more chaos.
Thank you.
That's what they say. Right, next is the Protector. He's going to turn around. He see this going on. He's going to shoot at the lion.
Bring it on.
Gonna shoot the lion.
Didn't end well. Oh, that's an old reference.
He's got a rifle. Just
It
so you
is
know.
Dexter. It is dodging is athletics, isn't it? As opposed to
Athletics,
just
dexterity.
yeah. That's what I thought.
We've got an effective 2.
Let me just
What's your
check
athletics,
that.
dexterity?
Athletics dexterity is 2.
Oh, I'm
So-
gonna have to use my reroll then.
Yeah.
Ah, missed. Okay, so turns around, kind of squats down close to the body of the other one, clearly going to try and check him or use him as a human shield, and then fires, but misses.
Maybe that the corridor is beige. So he's
Ah,
actually
yeah.
really well camouflaged.
Absolutely, absolutely. I can imagine the
Um,
Tothans have beige.
I think you find that I match the you know when the lights all start flashing and reflecting off all the surfaces. That's the color of me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like that
Who-
bit an alien, but there's a
No,
man in
I
a
didn't
lion
mean that. I
costume
meant as in
instead of
the
an
yellow.
alien.
I meant as in the yellow side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So that's Frankie. You can see that there's suddenly some activity going on in the corridor outside that ship. But are you going to prep your ship's boat, or
Yeah, that's what I've been told to do. I don't know
Okay.
that there's much else. They don't need any more chaos going on. I'm not going to try and undock the lab ship. Extra bit.
So I'm still on it.
Well, yeah, so I'd be on it as well. So Karen.
Okay, right. So you go to the ship's boat and start
Yeah.
prepping.
Oh wait, to do it, Karen. Do you need me to carry any of your papers down?
Oh yes, this and I will push Frankie the box of research, but I want to keep. I'll take a bit of paper out that's got a photograph paperclip to it and my trophy. I'll take them out and just take them, and I'll go and put them on the ship.
Okay, I'll head down to the ship's boat with those.
Okay. So
Yawn.
you head down to the ship's boat. Right. Brilliant. I can imagine just like shot of Frankie just like calmly, and then cut to Lion running down a corridor and Rooster there, and then back to Frankie just like boop boop boop. Okay, Karen, what are you up to?
Genuinely don't know. This is chaos. I'm gonna go and look out of the airlock, like look down towards the chaos and be like, the fuck? And that, on the way
Okay.
to the ship's boat, stop at the airlock
Yeah.
and be like, what the fuck? And look out and hope I don't get accidentally shot and die.
Okay, cool.
That's about all I could do, really. I'm not gonna.
Okay, no, that's
I'm
cool.
not gonna
That's
go
cool.
and get in
That's
a
fine.
fight.
Right, Lion.
Oh, am I close enough to engage the second one? I
Yeah,
run.
your partial action you can engage
well,
and then use your
okay, well
rapier
done.
if you want
Ah,
to.
it's all over then, isn't it? Really.
Stab
I
him
shall
with your
engage
tail.
him I shall engage him. And whilst he's looking at my rapier, I use my stealth dagger. No, I'm not really. I'll just Basically, I'll just point my rapier at him and tell him, drop your weapon, you're gonna die. Sorry, drop your weapon or you're gonna die. And now because I'm engaged, he'll get a -4 to actually try and shoot me if he's engaged. And if he tries to disengage, I get to hit him.
Okay. You might just try and punch him in the face.
That won't work either. Because he gets a -4 to hit me because I've got
Because you're
parry, 'cause I'm
parrying.
wearing a sword.
'Cause-
That's cool. He might roll well. You never know.
Wow, cynical. Thanks for the bits.
Hey, yeah, thank you. On
For your
guard, you
daring
cad.
doing sword fighting.
Okay, so you
Simon.
run up dressed as a lion, pull out your
Yeah.
rapier, and you say, "Stop, or I'll kill you."
Oh.
I think you find that I definitely will have been using my persuade as I'm trying to persuade
Okay.
him,
Okay.
and I rolled 2, effect 2.
Okay, cool. Effective 2.
Yeah, drop your weapon and leave, or you're gonna die. With my
Okay.
sword at him, and
Sure.
I got effect 2.
Okay. And Rooster, what are you doing? You're next.
I'm just gonna run up behind the line and then just dive on the bloke and syringe him to the neck. With some sort of tranquilizers.
What
Well-
the still conscious guy or the unconscious guy?
No, the still conscious guy, of course. Yeah. Well, he's gonna get 200 milligrams in the neck region.
Well, that's the
Okay.
same as 200 million milligrams.
We're gonna need to have some sort of opposed athletics roll or dexterity.
Could I use unarmed? Oh no, I'm
Oh
armed
yeah, you
with
can use
syringe.
you've got unarmed fighting.
Yeah, I'm very good at that. It's probably what I'm best at, to be fair.
Oh really?
Why do I
Says the
suspect
doctor.
that that's what you're best at for stabbing people with syringes?
Okay.
0, 0, 0, a tie. So you jump onto the guy. Roger's put in chat, I left you alone for 20 minutes. So you jump
Can I
onto the
use one
guy.
of my rerolls?
Oh, you can re-roll. Yeah, go for
Does
it.
he get a bonus because the guy's already got a sword to his throat?
Oh, yeah.
I-
I
and we
say
are
when you
both
roll,
engaged.
before you... Oh.
Oh, that'll do.
Okay.
He blocks
So
the
you
right
come
arm, but the
running
left-
round behind the lion and you just dive onto him, syringes first. And... and he's
200
like,
million milligrams straight to the throat.
yeah. It's like...
It's the one syringe is coming down, the guy's grabbing the arm. He's like, he stopped it, but he doesn't realise Rooster's always got 2 syringes.
He's just got into planetary travel immediate.
He's just had 200 grams of ketchup to the neck.
Yeah.
Okay, so you inject the guy.
It's going to take him more than a couple of days to catch up with what's gone on.
Oh dear, what's going on with this episode? Okay, so you bowl him over and inject him in the neck, and he collapses. And you can see behind them that there is a short corridor to the airlock of the ship.
Charge.
I'll grab the 2 rifles off the guys on the floor
Okay.
and just sling them over one shoulder.
You've got to
And then
say it. You've got to say it. You've got to say, "Come with me if you want to live."
And then I shall walk and follow Rooster.
Okay. So, well, we're not in combat now.
No, and I'm
but
going
I
to send
do
a
need to make
text.
one roll for
Which case
the
I'm hacking
guys. Yeah, I need to roll for the hacking,
because come at me, fam.
anti-hacking. Oh, I got 2. You got 3, so it goes
Yeah.
up by 1.
So I'm building back up.
Okay.
Oh, they're good.
I'll message Frankie to say that I plan on taking over the ship, leaving the airlock with the ship, and then sticking as many people as we can in voids in suits, and then chucking them out. And then as we fly off, you can pick them up. Yeah.
Okay, you want me to fly behind you and pick him up?
Well, yeah. Basically, you just have
Okay.
to fly to where we are and then pick us up.
Yep. Yeah, you're heading to the void?
Frankie, Love you, Frankie.
Okay. Reimer
Into
comes
the
up behind
void.
you and he's running along. He said, "Let's get them out of there and onto your ship."
Yes,
He's
that's
kind of-
fine. But we still need to take the ship off so they think that they're on the ship. I'm not telling about the Vin. On the
Okay,
ship.
whatever. He, look,
How do I fly this thing?
this is down to you now. I can't be associated with this.
Okay.
So, cynical. Thank you for gifting 5 subscriptions. That's
Oh, thank you.
awesome. Thank you.
Let's get on the ship.
Okay, so he leaves.
Yeah.
And he
At least they brought some of the Vins with him.
oh yeah, no, good point. He'll just hang back. He'll wait. He'll
So
wait.
well, I'm following Rooster.
Okay, as you get to the airlock, it opens almost as if the main lock has been turned off and the auto doors just function. So as you approach, the airlock
Just happen.
opens, and a few identical looking men, all wearing kind of janitor jumpsuits, come running out like, quick, what, quick,
Get back! Get back!
I think they're the Ven that we're trying to save.
Yeah, we've come to save you. No.
They stop, aghast and agog, staring at Rooster and Lion running up.
Yeah,
And
good point.
Reimer
I'll throw my
goes,
horse over.
come with me if you want to live. And the 4 of the inn come past.
Okay. The first 2, I shall hand them the rifles.
They I'm a scientist, not a soldier. But
if
they
someone
take
starts shooting at you, you might
But
wanna
they
shoot
take
them
it.
back.
They take it. They're not.
Okay.
They're not completely stupid.
Hey, Jim, I'm a geneticist, not a microwave.
And they head off with Reimer back to the lab ship.
Okay.
Were they the only ones aboard?
No. As you barrel into the main chamber, there are loads of identical looking men strapped into kind of roller coaster, style, into seats all through. It's like a very simple ship. There's an airlock. There's a room full of people. There's a cockpit, and there's probably an engine, at the back. And they're all going, help! It's like a din of all these people shouting.
Check how many void suits there are, Rooster.
A din of Vins.
And I'm gonna
Hey.
I'm gonna jump in the cockpit.
Okay. So, emergency void suits. There are 10.
Okay.
There are about 50 guys in this shop.
Let's just take them to the Void City, whatever it's called. Void Emperor, Void Palace.
Dread
No.
Lion Roberts barrels into the cockpit,
Yeah.
and there is
Already a
Parsons,
pilot.
Parsons, have you got Kevin on your ship?
I don't
Does
know.
he look like?
Check for Kevin. We need him now.
Okay. Give me a sec. Right. Okay. Is there anyone in the cockpit?
there's a pilot, and he kind of turns around. Don't kill me! Don't kill me!
Don't kill you. Okay. I need you to fly somewhere for me, or get off the ship. Your choice.
Gets up out of the chair and moves towards the door.
Okay, I'll get in the chair. Kona, where is that place that you guys went to have the secret meetings and do the secret dealings?
I
I'm
hope
gonna
you're using the
tranquilize the
laser
pilot.
communicator.
No, I'm using my little.
Oh,
Little
your
fruit
own
guns,
internal
yeah.
radio
that's
frequency
I'm using my little.
communicators.
Oh well, actually, it's more like a mobile phone, to be honest.
You mean Cascadia 3?
Yeah, Cascadia 3. Cascadia, and I can get there in this shuttle.
Yes, it's not
That's fine.
far.
Good. We're
Upper
heading that
orbit.
way, we're heading that way. Anyone who I can't get off the ship will be there. That's the best I can do for them.
Okay, but Kevin, yeah?
Yeah, Kevin. So I'm going to start taking off. Rooster,
The
if you
ship
wanna
is being
find Kevin?
commed by the security center. Unlawful entrance to the mining vessel.
Okay.
Please cease and
I'm-
desist your activity.
Boom, boom,
Otherwise,
boom, boom.
protective
I'm
vessels
powering it up.
will be sent to intercept.
I'm powering it up.
Do we have a Kevin on board?
Are you asking all the people in the room?
Yeah.
That's another 3 successes on my
They're
hat.
like, people are all kind of shouting, and one of them kind of looks like he hears you, and he's like, I'm Kevin. I'm Kevin. And
I'm going to slowly walk
the
over
guy
to him.
next to him goes, no, I'm Kevin. I'm Kevin.
Oh,
Like looks at him and looks at you, and he's like, no, it's me. It's me.
I'm Kevin, and so's my wife.
Sparta Kevin.
Internet interruptions today. Is that us or them on it? Is
Them.
it us or you on Amici?
Yeah, I'm going to have a
For
couple
the
of
bits.
squirts out of my syringes, and I'm going to ask the question again. This time, I need
He's
to know.
Kevin. He's Kevin. It's like, "No, what? Who are you? What the hell is going on?
We've
why
come to rescue you.
you've come? What? All of us? And they're all like,
Yes.
look at you.
Yeah. We've come to rescue all of you.
Is she here? Is she? Where is she?
You've been rescued by the stallion and the feline. And
What?
you should now be feline fine.
I'm prepping the ship for launch.
The ship is getting ready for launch. Are you locking the door?
I'm shouting something. I'm shouting, Rooster, get me a vac suit.
The docking clamps are locked.
Kona,
Why have you
sort
got
this
bullet
out.
holes in your lion one?
Hey?
Kevin!
Yes, we'll get Kevin.
Why do you want the vac
ship!
suit? Have you ripped the lion one?
He's like, I'm secured. Can you get me out? Like, are we getting off the ship?
Who?
Kevin.
That's what Kevin's saying to you.
Yes.
Have I
Get
got
off the ship.
successes?
Rooster, are you? Well, you're clearly Stallion then, right? Stallion.
No, I'm Rooster.
What? But you're a whore. What the hell is going on?
And that is what is perfect about our pirating style.
Rooster, if
Yeah.
that's your name,
Yeah.
then. Or,
Yeah.
Can you get us out of these things and we'll get on your ship?
Yeah, we're going to fly you there now.
On this ship?
Um,
I'm going to fly
I'm
this
not-
ship
yeah,
to
yeah,
a secret location. Rooster, you want to get Kevin off the ship?
Want to get him off the ship?
Well, Kevin, yeah, because we need to say Kona wants Kevin off the ship. We were
What,
just going to
through
jump
the
out of an
airlock?
airlock.
We need Kevin now. The others we want.
Others, not so much.
We
Oh,
want them
right.
all, but we need him first.
Right, so just let me get this straight. You want me to chuck Kevin off the ship through the
We're
airlock?
still docked. We're still
We're
docked.
still docked.
No,
Send
don't throw
him
me
to our
out.
ship.
I can just
We're
walk out
still
that door. He
docked.
says, pointing at the door you just came through.
We're
I can
still
just
hold on
docked.
a
walk out
minute.
of there. Just open my thing.
Into deep space? Or...
No.
Oh,
We're still docked. I'll just stand up
Ah,
and walk out the
but-
cockpit. Rooster,
Okay,
we're
the
still
camera
docked.
cuts to Frankie, who's chilling out, listening to a bit of music in the ship's boat, prepping everything.
A small
The
plate of meats and cheeses.
ship's boat is, it's good, it's fine. It seems that the Marquis accidentally left a Bloody Mary mixture under one of the chairs that you kind of saw roll out as you were prepping the thrusters. And yeah, it's quite nice.
Gonna message Kona and Karen. It's like, you should probably get on the ship now because I don't think we're gonna want to stick around on the lab ship or anything connected to High Nexus.
I'm a little bit confused. If Kevin gets onto the ship, won't he get shot by the guards?
I guess he will now. Because
Okay.
He's
he's
shutting.
left it so
Kona,
long.
are you shutting the door? You know that security services are now responding.
Yeah, I'm going to have
Um,
to.
Yeah. Let's go.
You're gonna let-
Frankie.
yeah, just release us
Frankie,
and we'll
you
get
can
off.
see, Frankie, you can see on the ship's boat scanners that 3 ships are moving towards this area. 2 protector vessels and Ogun Vanguard.
Yeah, baby, you knew it.
Parsons, you got inbound. Probably 2 hostiles, maybe 1 friendly, but who can tell in this world?
Well, you just kicked Kona, so he undocks
Yeah, I
me, so I
released
can
the
get off.
docking clamps.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's have a roll off on releasing the docking clamps because the tech people, the security people are now trying to keep the docking clamps locked on.
Come at me, fam.
Ah, that's
With my
stuff.
effective 7.
Oh, right. Yeah, you kicked my ass on that one. So the docking clamps release, and in so doing, the airlock shuts. And Dread Lion Roberts, you are free to fly the ship away from the station if you want to.
I'll take
No
the
one has
ship
got
away
off the
from
ship
station.
yet.
I'll take the
I'm
ship.
going to
Yeah.
put a vac
The
suit
four guys
on,
up.
and I'm going to give Kevin a vac suit to put
Yeah.
on.
Okay, right. So you go. There is a release mechanism, like down. He can't reach it. An emergency release system that you can undo, get him out, and then put a vac suit on him.
Okay, yeah, do that, and then.
So are we going to
gonna-
get all these people out? Are there enough vac suits for everyone?
Yeah, don't
Okay.
worry. We're flying them to somewhere safe.
All the others are
coming
going,
with me.
let's out, please, come on. They're going to stick us in a furnace. They're going to, we'll be the same as her. They'll send us the same. They're going to get rid of us.
Okay, so we got 10 vac suits.
No, we'll just use 2. You fly all the others to there. I'll jump out the airlock with Kevin.
Yeah.
I'll strap him to me. Yeah.
So you
And
can
then-
get picked up by the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Frankie will pick you
as
up.
your shuttle goes past the lab ship,
Yeah.
is it flying out and away?
Yeah.
Brewster's going to jump out with Kevin
Yeah.
in void suits. They're going to jump out into space.
That's right.
Kona
You're
and
gonna
Karen in the
double
shuttle
dose
with me or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, right.
Obviously,
No.
One of you put on a vac suit.
Karen.
No.
There we
Karen's
go,
not.
Karen.
Because, like,
Oh.
I'm stood at the airlock waiting for Kevin.
Oh, of course, there's the other Vins, isn't there? And Matey.
So-
And
Yeah, we
Reimer.
Yeah, but by the time.
Oh,
by
yeah,
the time
they've
I've
come
actually
back.
Made,
They've
yeah, I
they
was gonna
come
say,
back. They
you'll-
come back.
You'll got them.
So Reimer comes back with the Vins.
Yeah.
And gets them on the ship's boat.
Okay.
So I'm really
and he
concerned
says
that
he says to Karen, I don't know about Kevin. And they've I think they've undocked. I think we need to get in the ship's boat now.
I will grab a Vin and be like,
Yep.
was Kevin on board? Was he there? Did you see him? Is he?
Yeah. He's one of the leaders of the underground.
But he was definitely there. You definitely saw him. He's on the ship. He's still alive.
Suddenly he realizes who he's looking at. Says, it's you.
Yeah. Hi. How you doing?
I'm putting a vac suit on. Worry not.
Ah.
I am also changing from my lion to vac suit mode.
Sorry, Leon's
also
sending little
gonna be very
messages and I
aware-
can't see what they are.
Oh, I just told Kona to put his vac suit on because I'm going to need someone
I'm
to
very
grab.
aware that
okay. Gotcha.
I'm very aware that Kevin might panic. So as he gets his back suit on, but before he seals it, I'm going to prod him with a few tranks. Yeah. And
Okay.
And
Well,
then
he is
seal him
restrained in a chair, so you can do that before you let him out. If you want.
we'll do that. Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
go
right.
back to normal lighting now that I'm not hacking anymore.
The guy
'cause
next to him
apparently
says,
I've
"I'm
got to put on a
definitely not
spacesuit."
Kevin."
And I'm gonna sort of strap him to me in some
Okay,
way.
cool. Yeah, there's like
Seatbelts.
emergency sealant tape
I am
Yeah.
now brought.
next to the airlock. So you
Right.
strap him to you, and you get by the airlock. The ship's heading out. Dread Lion Roberts, let's have a piloting roll from you. The Ogun ship is sending out a general broadcast saying, all ships, please fall back to neutral positions. We want to help and assist in this situation. And they're coming, they're a way away, to be fair, but they are coming back. And maybe their turrets are armed, and protector vessels from a nearby area, again, not like right next to you, but heading in your direction, are coming back. You are flying off towards Cheriton 3.
Yeah.
And Rooster is standing by the airlock with an inert Kevin. I like to think kind of in a hugging kind of pose.
Yeah.
Around
Facing
From the
is
airlock.
kind of facing each other.
It's
yeah,
not a
yeah.
tandem jump. Facing.
Yeah. It's a
absolutely.
cuddle jump.
Yeah,
They're
before I
cuddle
open the
jumpers.
airlock, I will put his head on as well with a bit of tape, just so it don't come loose.
Okay. And the other Vins are on board the ship's boat. And Frankie's there and Kona's there. Karen, what are you doing?
Taking beta blockers like they're Smarties.
I'm gonna go and make a delivery.
He couldn't
Yes,
be
you're
in taper hands.
Yeah,
So you're going to go onto the station.
yeah.
Okay.
Gonna go on the station.
So with
We're
all that
leaving.
going on, the emergency alerts going on, Frankie's going, get on the ship. The other shuttle's flying off, and you can almost see it out of the window. Karen presses the open button and steps out of the airlock onto High Nexus, and we're going to end the episode there. Cool. Okay. Excellent. That was really bizarre. What the fuck happened there? Oh, wow. That was fantastic. That was so much fun. Oh, it's nice to be back. Oh, okay. Thank you, players. That was brilliant. Brilliant craziness coming from all of your minds. So that was really cool. Thank you, viewers, for chipping in the chat. Cynical, nice to see you join us. Cynical does some Traveller as well on their channel, and like long sessions on the weekend. I'm jealous. So go and check that out over at Cynical as well. Please don't forget to go and check out all our social media. Our links are below in the about if you're watching on Twitch, and in the video description if you're on YouTube. Come and join us on our Discord. Hopefully Roger's putting some links in the chat right now. I know he's watching, so he should be. Oh, thank you, Ben. That's awesome.
Yeah, it would help if I spelt it right, though.
Yeah, but you know. And also check out our Patreon, where you can get loads of cool stuff. Sorry, it's such a good episode. It was so much fun. It's great with the reveal and then the craziness and then the climax. It's cool. We're going to see what happens next week when Monty's like, what the fuck are they doing? Cool. Okay, right. So tomorrow,
The finale of Bedlam Hill, our Spire game. Yes. We'll be wrapping up what has gone on. We have our midwife currently being held and tortured by the sinister elf-eared doctor inside the hospital, whilst the rest of the party are stuck outside with no idea how to get in. And the carrion priest is horribly bloodied and beaten. What could possibly go wrong?
That's going to be an interesting finale. That's going to be really cool. Next Monday.
Oh, we're playing The Expanse. We're gonna start. We've done our lazy prep. We've got the book now, so we've learnt some rules.
It's gonna be health and safety officer seen Baratnas.
Yeah, Belaloda. I know what's going to happen in this run. We're running one of the published adventures to kind of get an idea of what the Expanse is like, and it just makes me laugh when we're talking about a health and safety officer and stuff, because I know what's coming, and I'm like, it's brilliant.
And Ben and Leon, you're both in that one, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Leon,
Then
I'm happy. I'm still happy for you to be the health and
That's
safety
fine.
officer. I could take any other role.
That's cool. I
I
wasn't
can be the
reading.
chef if you want.
I wasn't reading health and safety manuals on the International Space Station last week to practice.
I think you just lost out there, Ben.
Yeah.
That's
Chef it
character
is.
prep. That's character prep. Next Tuesday, Ben and I will be continuing our world building fun with. Oh, I've moved. With Worlds Without
Worlds
Number.
without numbers. There's
yes.
an invisible copy being held up here.
We had a really good session on Tuesday with a few video difficulties, but audio was clean. And we did a bit of an overview of the game and a bit of world building, and we're going to jump straight into world building again. Thank you, Millie. There you go. It's a very nice pod. We're going to go straight into world building with our islands in the World Mountain setting, because we will be doing a D&D-esque fantasy game. I'm probably not going to use Worlds Without Number, the role-playing system. I might use AD&D 2nd edition, might use D&D 5th edition, I might use Pathfinder 2. I haven't decided yet, but we're going to be doing a fantasy show on Tuesdays in the near future. Then on Wednesday, Jim.
Yeah, Warhammer Wednesday, once upon a time in the old world.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, more craziness.
Fun with goblins.
Well, yeah, we've had fun with halflings, with lots of halflings, and last week we had fun with goblin barbers. So,
Cool. And then obviously we will be back with more Traveller next Thursday. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you to my players. That was fantastic. And I can't wait to see what happens next week. And we've been Garblag Games. Please stay safe and happy gaming. We'll see you soon.